Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm working on a board. It has like a tile in the middle of it, and I just covered it with paint. I got it, let me see if I can find one. I got it at Hobby Lobby for $2.19. It was on 90% clearance. It's like this. So this is like a tile inside a board. I don't know if you can see it. I know I have it zoomed in. Anyway, so I went ahead and I covered it already in, I just put a bunch of dust on this. Lovely. In a base paint. It is just Artist Loft fluid paint and floetrol and water. So I'm going to just be doing a couple little puddle pours, playing around with the interference on a black background. They're mostly blues that I've picked out, blues and blues greens, but I also have this vavoom red from Colourart. These are all Colourart pigments except for the base black. And if I use some of the DecoArt 24 karat gold, but everything else is from Colourart. There's a few pigments that are from her Dragonfly collection, which are the pastels. They're actually interference pastels. And then there's a couple colors that are from just her line, which is the Vavoom Red and the Payne's Gray. And then the Bling It Interference colors. They're in the Bling It line. Alright, so I'm just going to do a couple puddle pours. I do, however, this paint, there's a couple sections here that aren't that I didn't get covered good. So I taped up the edges so that the wood, I didn't paint over the wood. I do want to have a pretty decent, thicker layer down for the base because otherwise my paints aren't going to blow with the airbrush. Alright, so let's get started. This is the Mermaid Scales. The Pixie Dust. This is a Hydrangea, and it's mixed with the Arctic Opal. Pretty. Then we've got the Payne's Gray, which is gorgeous. Let's look for Then we'll put our interference blue on top of Payne's Gray. Let's put a little bit of Deco Art 24 karat gold. This is the Papillon. So if you keep some leftover paint in these things, and it's the primary elements, just make sure that you stir them before using them again, because the mica settles. I mean, that's with any paint, really. Alrighty. Looks like I'm getting some fractals here, which is okay because I like them. I don't like that it's coming off the edge. All right, let's get some. This is Sea Goddess. The fractals will probably go away because I'm going to be blowing them out. Hang on. This is the Interference Green. Okay, I'm going to add some of this Vavoom red. Just a bit. Tiny dots. All right. Did I use them all? Well, all that I wanted to. Payne's Gray. We'll add more pixie dust. It looks cool. I don't want to mess with it, but there's a lot of paint on there that has to come off. Or it just isn't going to work. All right. Just going to put some white here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. I think this is a reaction between the Polypore and the floetrol. I personally love this reaction, and I do it on purpose. So if you don't want it to fractal like this, then I would suggest you only use, or that you don't use floetrol, I guess, with the stuff you have mixed with Polypore. But that's just me. I don't know for sure. But I am going to, oh, you know what? I didn't use any of the interference gold. I have to keep tipping it because the ball gets in the way. All right, I'm just popping some bubbles now so that I don't get stupid air pocket bubbles. And I'm going to blow this with my hair dryer, or nope, airbrush. Just want to make sure these caps are all shut. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of black in these. Just to make them tie in once they get blown. All right. Oops, it's not on. Okay. Let's see what we can do. That Payne's Gray. It's the blue color. So pretty. Now there's no sense in blowing it past the green tape because that's coming off. So I'll actually lose some of this stuff. I put too many, what's it called? Too many puddles. Oh, I don't want to lose that. Maybe I can blow it back. I know I just said there's too much paint, but I'm covering up a ton of cool stuff here that I didn't want to. So I'm going to try to do the cell activator, which is just floetrol and paint. I don't know why I just did that. Too funny. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna let this paint rest for a minute. I know it looks like a hot mess right now, but I think that once the paint comes off, it'll be okay, because the lines are very crisp. This I blew all the way down to the canvas, so I gotta wait for it to rise back up. And we rise up. Seriously, how do you lose a torch? Especially when it's right in front of you. Alright, gonna get the bubbles out. And as the paint comes to the surface again, there'll be more bubbles. And you do not want to leave this torch on your paint for very long. If you have some bubbles that are being stubborn, pop them with a torch, or I'm sorry, if they don't pop with a torch, then like, boom, hit it, boom. See, as it sits, more is going to be coming up. So I'll probably be messing with this for a little bit. So don't really want to yeah, I'll have to give you guys a close-up, but I'll have to do another video after the tape's off, because it really does look like shiznit right now. The colors, gorgeousness. Yeah. Had to break up some of that white. It's just boom, huge. So to balance it, this is all pearl. So to balance that white out, I guess I have to put some see, I can pop the balloons with a, did I just say balloons? I did. The bubbles with a skewer. All right, so I'm going to blow this out this way, I think, if I can get in there. Sorry for my head if you see it. Okay. All right, so there's kind of splotches of white. Well, what the hell? I mean, it's looking okay. Looks off center. It looks off. Something's off over here. I love this area, so I'm going to blow it that way, if I can reach that without getting my boobs in the paint. Okay. All right. So let's look at this corner here. Love this. Not liking this a whole lot. So I know I gotta pick the hardest spots to blow. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's get those bubbles again. If you don't get the bubbles out of your paint, you're going to end up with like little divots. Like if they end up having to, what the frick are you doing? If they end up having to pop themselves, they're going to leave like a pock mark. And you can go around and you can evaluate. And if you don't like a part, then you can always add something to it. Okay, that's the center that I blew out crazily. Crazily? That's not a word. So when it come back, it kind of shrunk back up. Isn't it funny how when you hang on, when you do a painting and you're making words up, which, by the way, it's one of my favorite things, is making words up like crazily. So since I said that, crazily, that actually makes it a word now. So go ahead, feel free to use that. It's not copyrighted or anything. I'll let that slide. Crazily. And I have this feels like it's coming away from the sides. I mean, I know it's on it, but it feels like it's trying to pull from the center. Big bubble here. Did anybody take my skewer? Any of you guys? Huh? All right, so this is a big bubble. If I pop it, I don't know if you could see it or not, but there's like a hole there. So if you just let them, I mean, they will pop on their own. But I hate when they pop on their own because they don't fill in. They just pop and you got like this. Seriously, it's like a pock mark or something. I don't know. what that's called. Alright guys, I'm going to give you, I think I'm going to be done with it. The only other part that I'm not liking is like this blue area here. I feel like it needs more interference going through it. But I don't really know how to get it through it. So let's just do it. Get it through it. Let's just do it. It just seems really blue to me. Like really dark blue. Which is a beautiful color. That Payne's Gray. Almost my favorite up against Prussian Blue. But the Prussian Blue is not a shimmer. This Payne's Gray is. So they both have their wonderfulness. This is the Bling It Violet. So that might soften it up a bit. I mean, I don't want to cover the whole thing up. But all right, let's see what we can do here. Hey, I know what we did. We effed it all up. Stupid ass. Every part of your painting can't be perfect, so we are our worst critics, and I just have to learn that it can't always be perfect. Okay, hang on. I have to make it kind of go back. See this line? All right. Okay. I don't think I screwed it up too bad. There's another bubble. So yeah, I'll have to babysit this probably for about a good half hour, because the bubbles will keep coming. Because the paint's been blown out. The paint on here is still pretty thick. So I'm hoping it dries okay. I did put a little GAC 800 in it. So let me come get you, and I'll take you in on a close up. Close up. Okay, I just noticed this video is already 35 minutes long. Seriously feels like I've been here 10 minutes. Hang on, let me shut off a light because it's so bright. I seriously don't understand how people can do a 10-minute video. I mean, this one was a pretty quick video. A pretty quick painting. Now, remember, everything where there's this green tape, like an inch off, is going to be ripped off. So, I don't know if you can see that right there? That line where it's going in? The edges will all be ripped off. So, don't worry about them stupid edges. Okay? Alright, let me take you in from the top. You see all that, guys? That is the magic of interference. And those pastels. Ooh, I love that smokiness right there. See, like the whole rainbow and the blue up there, which is actually Payne's gray. All right, you see this bubble right here? I'm going to show you. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Right there. See? That's a big-ass bubble. Watch. See that big pock mark it leaves? Did I move it? Oh, no, it's right there. It's a huge... Hate it. So if I was to leave that and it would pop on its own, then I wouldn't be there to fill it in. I mean, to each his own. Some people might like those pockmark bubbles. Look at that interference gold dripping into that blue. Oof. Oops, sorry. Oh, I can't wait to see this when it's dry. Look at that magicalness. Looks like, what's that? Lollipop? Or, looks like a Candyland road. All that gorgeousness. And then it goes into a smokiness. I love that corner, but I'll be losing it because it's on the tape. So, yeah. Pretty fantastic. I love it. You guys, I can't wait to show you this dry. And please like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And come join us on my Facebook group. It's called United We Pour with Tammy and Lisa. I run that with Tammy Anderson. Okay, here's a pock mark. Where am I? See? A bubble popped and it just like left a hole. See that? Hate that. All right, where was I? Oh, United We Pour with Tammy and Lisa. It's a group that I run with Tammy Anderson. And over there we are having a, what is it called? A challenge, acrylic pouring challenge of a black and white acrylic pour. You can do any pour you want. but it's got to be black and white and just a teeny touch of red, just for drama. So that challenge is pinned up to the top of the group, and it is for a $25 gift card for either Amazon, LisaWyattArt, or I can't stop looking at this, you guys. Amazon, LisaWyattArt, or ColourArt. Look at this. Would you just look at it? Look at it. Look at it. Oh, there's a little ghost. You see him? Hi, Mr. Ghost. He looks like he's... Come on. Focus. Focus. Looks like he's puking out rainbow vomit. That's fantastic. Anyway. So yeah. I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And please keep yourself and your family safe. This Rona stuff is no bueno. All right, guys. Bye. Okay, so I have just put I took off the initial tape from the acrylic pour, and then I placed a new piece of tape so that I could do the resin coating. And also I wanted to gold leaf the edges here, see? So I just put a very thin coat of resin on it, like super paper thin, just to seal in the gold leafing and the any micas. So this is just a thin layer. This is actually quick coat resin I'm using for the very thin layer. So in like 15 minutes, when it is cured, probably still a little bit tacky, I'm going to put a thick flood coat so that it looks like a lot of depth. So if you put a very thin layer of resin over your piece and then wait for it to cure and then put a thicker one, it's almost like putting a magnifying glass on your piece, and it will give you crazy depth. So I will come back and I will show you once I'm not going to tape the flood coat. You guys have all seen that. But once it's all cured and set up, and I have the tape removed and everything, then I'll show you the finished product. So, all right, I'll see you back in a few. Okay, guys. Here it is, all finished. I got the tape off. So when I had the tape on it, it was really hard to see what was going on under it. But yeah. See how much depth it has in it, because I did a super thin layer of resin first and then a thicker layer. It's almost like doming. I will have to do one more layer on it though, because there's one tiny itty bitty piece of hair. Alright, so there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.